everybody. Usually I don't talk into the mic, but our recorder tells me I have to hold it, which means everyone else that steps up has to hold the mic or stand at the podium. Welcome. It's nice to see such a large crowd tonight. We couldn't figure out, I was talking to Teresa earlier, and she's like, well, I don't know, 10 or 20 people, and then all of a sudden the RSVP started to come in today, and all of a sudden the numbers started up and up. We're over 40, so based on table settings. So thank you all for being here. Real excited about it. We're going to run through, I'll do some quick introductions. A number of people are going to get up and talk to you, and then I'll get back up and we'll talk about our recycling program. Okay? So let's start with, can everyone at least semi-see that?
Yeah.
Okay? You never know here where to set that up to make it work. So, our speakers tonight, we have Barbara Coughlin from our Environmental Assets Committee up here. Barbara's going to get up and talk about some of their efforts lately, some of the happenings that they're doing. We're fortunate to have Sandy Smith, Maryland Coastal Base. Sandy, she's going to step up and speak a little bit. And I think, Sandy, you also have a presentation. Is that correct?
A very short one, yes.
A very short one. Chuck's here and his wife. They're here from the National Grimm's Marine Animal Rescue Program. So we're going to have those folks speak. And then John, who is actually, Jeff was supposed to be here, our waste management representative. Unfortunately, something came up, he can't be here, so John's filling in. John Southwood, we've been working with, he actually lives in Easton, so he's motoring down to Hook up running as we're in the middle of it. And John's going to just be here to answer some questions at the end, talking about anything, waste management questions, and the Recycle Bank program questions. Okay? Everybody understand where we are? If I have something to drink or would like to, yes, sir?
What's your name?
If you don't know me by now. That's a great question. I apologize. I'm so used to talking to somebody. I'm Bob Thompson. I'm Bob Thompson. I work here at Ocean Pine. Sorry about that. I already assume everybody knows me. I talk so much, so I apologize. How about your name, sir?
I'm Joe Steen.
Nice to meet you, sir. Okay, everybody understand what we're going to be covering tonight? Everybody good with that? I apologize. I should have let off with my name, so thank you for the reminder. Barbara.
As Bob said, I'm Barbara Coughlin, and I'm with the Environment and Natural Assets Committee here in the Pines. If you don't know that we have such a committee, you might know that we do the Green Street article in the quarterly newsletter. We planted trees over at the South Pond, by virtue of the grant that we received from Coastal Base. And we put up signage around the South Pond with regards to the fish and birds and the walkway around there. Those are probably the most visible things that we've done. In addition to that, we've provided advice to the Board of Directors and to Bob with regards to geothermal and solar energy prospects here in the Pines, perhaps for the South Fork Pool and the Yacht Club and Country Club. And we've done, let's see, what else? We've done native plant studies, and we're continuing to do those with the hopes that eventually we'll be able to put out something that people will want to use if they, for example, are wanting to plant a tree in memory of someone here in the Pines, so that we know which plants and trees will work best in which parks here in the Pines. And our big project for this coming year is to coordinate and collaborate with the Comprehensive Plan Committee to ensure that the environment and natural assets of the Pines are given serious consideration with anything that the Comprehensive Planning Committee is going to be doing. So that's kind of where we're at and what we do, and we're always looking for new people. So if you're interested in participating on the committee, we're listed on the OP website, under the Environment and Natural Assets Committee, and I thank you for the opportunity.
They do a lot of good work protecting our community, and they certainly provide me. Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering, if you have any questions you can take it at the end?
You're well. I am sure she'll take questions right now.
I will. Be happy to.
Sure, you mentioned solar energy. What about geothermal? What about wind energy? I'll take it.
I'll take the
I've seen
question.
a lot of,
I'll take the question.
go ahead.
We are, the question was, we talked about solar and geothermal, what about wind energy? We are actually, one of the things that we have been looking into is the geothermal, and for any of our new structures. We're looking at solar panels. I don't know, there's a place right off of 54, and the name escapes me right now, the name of the community out there, but they have a covered parking area that I went up and met with a couple of us did to see what that was all about, see if we can conserve energy. So we are looking at that. Wind just had, it had come up last year about a wind turbine, and the size of the turbine on the front, the area that would, at least for us initially, that would create some energy is out near the pond. And at that time, it wasn't as well received to have something that big out there. Now, that's not said we wouldn't confuse or wouldn't consider it in the future, because I tell you, everything we're looking at does look down those paths, because anything we can do to reduce our footprint, our carbon footprint, as well as saving us money, not just today, but far into the future, we need to consider.
The reason I asked is I see Ocean City has now approved the first wind turbine there, and I thought, shoot, that's a long time.
The president, good question, sir. Any other questions? Technically for Barbara, but I'll try to answer. No, everybody good with that? Okay. Sandy? You have a presentation.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I have to cheat. Public speaking is not my strong point here. Our director does a fabulous job, and I'm going to take one for Coastal Base. Welcome. I'm so excited to see so many people. And I know most of you here were here to learn about the recycling program, so I'll be especially. No, I want to. Oh, you did? Yay! That's awesome. Well, excited about me that if you want to know more, I'll give you my card and give you a call. Well, my name is Sandy, and I work for the Maryland Coastal Base Program, and I have to say that we're elated that the Ocean Times immediately just launched this program, and we hope it sets a precedent for other communities to do such. And now you have to wait for the slideshow. Oh, you want
What's the name of it, Sandy?
OP trash?
Trash. Thank you.
Sorry, it's all about talking trash. We're talking trashy.
You want to advance your slides? Like,
What's easier?
okay, front and back. Forward and back.
That's
There you go.
okay, good. Okay, for those of you that are not familiar with our program, we're one of 28 estuary programs in the country, funded in part by the EPA and through private dollars raised through our fundraising efforts. And hopefully that you can you read this? This is the definition of an estuary. I didn't know if you wanted to read that to you or.
You might have to. I can't read it.
Oh, okay. Estuaries are unique ecosystems that form where freshwater, creeks, and rivers meet and mix with salty ocean tides. The sheltered waters, marshes, and seagrasses are some of the most productive and diverse habitats on the earth. And that's obviously, if you can see, those are all the 28 programs in our country. Our estuary program, the one that we're all in, the Maryland Coastal Base Program, covers this watershed area, which is all the ditches, creeks, streams, and tributaries that eventually lead into our 5 bays, behind Ocean City and Assateague, and then out to the ocean. Did you know that we have 5 bays here behind Assateague and Ocean City? Because, there's actually a nickname for our 5 bays, and it's called the Quebec Bays. And because when most people think of the state of Maryland bays, what bay do they think of? Yeah, all right. In fact, I have to say, seriously, does anybody here watch the Channel 47 weather station? Okay, when we watch the Channel 47 weather station and they cover water temperatures, they have this like illustrated map that goes from Chesapeake Bay, then it pans to the Atlantic Ocean, and then it pans up to Delaware Bay. And I swear, I have to stop watching this in the morning because every morning I watch it, I'm like, Ocean Pines.
Eli White.
Yay! I'm like, guess what? I didn't know that until I started working for Coastal Bays. And I have to admit, I lived in the area for 30 years, and I did not realize we had 5 bays. So Isle White, the trash and the dog waste that's overlooked in Ocean Pines, which is a nice way of saying that the neighborhood neglected to pick up the trash and dog waste in the neighborhood eventually washes into that bay. Just like in Piney Island, the neglected waste washes into the Asselin Bay. I had to add that for those saying Asselin, sorry. But they're back to Maryland Coastal Bays program. The Maryland Coastal Bays is a consensus group. And what that means is that we work with people like you, myself, government, we work with everybody. We partner with everybody to come up with solutions to protect our bays. So back in 1999, people such as you and myself participated in a group to develop a plan of over 600 items for Maryland Coastal Bays to address to basically keep our bays healthy. You can find this on our website under publications if anybody's interested in long reading. But it's interesting, but it's a lot reading. But it is on our website. And this plan covered everything from water monitoring to restoration projects to even recycling initiatives. We're currently actually in the process of reviewing this plan, as some objectives have been completed, some are obsolete, and some have become mandatory legislation, and some are simply outdated. Thanks to the many partners that we have, everyone from the town of Ocean City, the town of Berlin, the DNR, National State Absentee Parks, to the National Baltimore Aquarium, we've completed and are part of some very successful ongoing projects to clean up. By the way, we're in the process of updating our CCFP, and we'll have on our website shortly a survey that basically asks you what, it's a pretty short thing, but it's our way of hoping to engage you in being the process for CCFP. And I apologize, I went a little too quickly because they did show you some of our accomplishments that we've done. From the CCFP, Coastal Bays, along with all of our wonderful partners, have wetland restoration projects, reforestation projects, habitat restoration, living shorelines, water monitoring, horseshoe crab monitoring, education outreach program for a better understanding of the impact of all of our daily activities and the influence on our waterways, and help empower you to keep our bays clean. And that's where I come into cleanups. So this is actually where I finally start to talk about trash. Every year, the Ocean Conservancy coordinates an international cleanup, which Maryland Coastal Bay has been a partner of. Here we know it's Coast Day. It's the Coast Day cleanup in Absentee. And as 3 years ago, Ocean City started participating. And I think I see 40 people in here that might want to do a Coast Day event. There's some times maybe in September or fall. But this particular cleanup event is closely monitored and documented, and the Conservancy provides tools so we can actually count what type of trash we find. So in one day, this is the total tally. This is the tally of the participants internationally. I mean, this Coast Day is not just here in the state of Maryland. It's many countries, many states. This is a tally of trash that is picked up in a 2 to 3 hour time frame. In our tiny state alone, we pick up 60,000 pounds of trash. And this is an event that's, it's highly attended. It's well attended, but it's not anywhere near what you think. Yeah. This was last year.
And what's the last one? 20,000
Miles. That's miles. So it's people count the trash in miles. I apologize.
So it's okay, I need new glasses.
I'm sitting here trying to play to think I can read this. But that's 2 to 3 hours. And sadly, the majority, the top 10 items were recycled. So, the number one dog food. Nothing is more aggravating than finding a pile in your front yard, seeing piles on our beaches. Picking up animal waste is like the easiest practice to keep our waterways cleaner. I was just asked at a meeting last night by a new dog owner, and he couldn't understand why, why do we have to pick up my dog waste when there's wild, he's going in the woods and there's wild animals in the woods, like foxes, geese, or whatever, what's the difference? And that's a fair question. My answer was, actually wasn't my answer, it was answered much better by my cohort, but he's not here to help me with this, but it's the food source. It's a completely different process for dogs versus what wildlife is. And so you're dealing with an animal byproduct that has a lot of bacteria. And I could sit here all night and give you a ton of statistics about, how much bacteria, just dog waste in general. In fact, there was just a report that came out of the Development Center that the impact of dog fecal matter in our waterways is just huge. And it's an educational process. People just seem to think that maybe if they bury it, it'll go away. And so one of our goals, and I know this is an issue in Ocean Pines, the reason I know that when we launched this program, and I did a little teeny interview on Comcast Cares, I had, and I kid you not, at least almost 12, it was like 11, if you want to count the one guy that I talked to at a fundraiser. People that called, they wanted our brochure, and they wanted signs to put in the front yard and educate people that, it's dog waste is not, you need to get up after it. So we're going to be spreading this message this weekend. There's going to be a dog competition. Should I do questions now or?
Just wondering, when they do pick up, what do they do with it? I don't have dogs, but I've seen them walking, with your bags. What is the best way?
Well, according to literature that I read, and I'm not an expert, the best way is they recommend you flush it down the toilet. But with that being said, cat fecal matter, you don't want to flush down the toilet. Because that's got a whole separate realm of issues that actually goes back in our waterways. So the first reports today asked to flush down the toilet. I'm a dog owner of 2 large dogs. I can tell you right now, I don't do that. I put mine in bags and I do throw it away. But we trash. Yeah, for trash. Yeah. Which is more responsible. I feel more responsible than just leaving it there.
What was the sign about dog waste? Where does it go? You have a little sign about dog waste?
We're actually going to be selling these little teeny signs, and it doesn't say where it goes. It's just like a picture of a dog squatting with little nuggets on the bottom and a big red circle that goes like this for people to send a message out. They're going to be $12.
So I live in Ocean Pines, and the same dog, off the leash, comes into my yard, does its business, and leaves it. Yesterday he was there with the owner.
Well, Ocean Pines has, do you guys have a fish? You don't have a leash law.
Okay, you have the county leash law.
Well, county doesn't have a leash law.
Yes, it does.
But Ocean Pines has the Ocean Pines. Yes.
We abide by the county leash law.
Okay, so then what you need to do is you need to call Ocean Pines Animal Control, correct?
We have to let them patrol. I haven't called the police, but I'd like a little sign in my yard. It's the same dog over and over again.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a violation. I know that years ago when I was in a homeowners association, they didn't have a leash law per se, they said it was per association.
Have a leash law.
Yeah, then you can call animal control. And your best bet is? Oh,
We did it one time.
oh, okay. Your best bet is to take a picture and then send it to the county. If it's county, and you've done that. Okay, cool.
I just wanted
Do
to
you
sign.
have a question or?
I was wondering, it seems like a common way of disposing of the dog, dropping this, put in a plastic bag and drop it in the nearest trash can. I was wondering how that, what happens to it from there on? Does that just get mixed in with all the other normal garbage?
It does. And the only thing that we can hope is that, it's responsibly contained, like, in Ocean City, they take all their garbage and ship it off and burn it, so. And I know that they have processes for non-biodegradable, which is plastic bags. That's a process that we can hope, but it's a much better solution than just leaving it there. So we've got volunteer opportunities. I don't know if anybody wants to be a part of this. And again, we're in the process of updating our Cincinnati plan. So I encourage there's some fun stories behind it, I'm not going to get into it, but they've been leaving this brochure, and, well, you know guys, you can't leave it in their mailboxes. But leave it on its front door. Just don't speak your food, don't be a food trader. And you would be surprised. I just had a couple of friends and people come up to me and said that they left it and they actually had results from it. So they have coffee with them. Any other questions? Great, thank you.
Are you involved at all with the program that DNR ran a few years ago, trying to grow oysters on people's docks, bags?
No, actually, it's interesting you ask that, because that, the ACT was a part of it. Assateague Coastal Trust did that a couple of years ago, but it wasn't a successful program. We've actually been working with the Oyster Recovery and the MSSA, which is the Maryland Saltwater Sports Association, Sports Fishing Association, because they want to build some reefs. And so we were hoping to get a different type of program going this year, but that's not the time that they were going to come tonight, but they need their program up and running by the end of this month, which is on Monday. So we are going to be doing another part of that program next year, because we just needed a little bit more time. But that program wasn't successful for a number of reasons. Science specifically, we have what's called tidal oysters, intertidal oysters. But the type of oysters that they were trying to grow, they weren't the intertidal oysters, they were big. But,
They were submerged and they were silted and
okay.
we have a lot of oyster drills and a lot of seasons here.
And she's told me this a million times, because she's a technical person and I'm a fluff and tough, and sometimes it, goes over my head, so I apologize. But we're going to work on reintroducing this program hopefully in a different way, because our goal is to be able to provide these for the Nature Conservancy, because they're working on, protected oyster beds down in Chincoteague. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure you give me your contact information, or I'll give you my card, and you email me. And we're really hoping to get that in Oyster World next year. You guys are so nice. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Sadie, for being here. She next breaks out to another homeowners.
She has breaks out to another homeowner's event. Chuck, I'll let you up next. Is your wife come out to help present with you, or is she?
Good evening, you all. Thank you very much for inviting us here. We are Chuck and Eleanor. We are the first responders or volunteers on the Eastern Shore for any marine mammal or sea turtle stranded. We've been doing this now about 11 years. Marine Animal Rescue Program was founded in 1991 by the National Aquarium in Baltimore for the need of coming out to hopefully rescue and rehabilitate any marine mammal or sea turtle stranding we have. You heard Sandy talk about some of the impacts, and we've seen some of the severe impacts of what happens to the trash that is out there. She briefly showed you some numbers. What she didn't tell you is that 3 million of those are cigarettes or filters from a cigarette. 1.5 million of those are plastic bags. 1 million of those are food wrappers or their containers. So you can see how those numbers build up and what they do to us. And there's a representative sample of things that we see floating out there. One of my sad days was we responded to a 26-foot bottlenose whale. It's a fairly rare whale we have here on our eastern shore. That whale died, we brought it into shore, and we did a necropsy on it throughout the night. This killed it. This is a cap off of a paint spray can. It was caught down in here, it couldn't get any food down, and it absolutely died of starvation. This is why it's very important when we see all of these things to please remove them off the beach. If you have them on your boat, don't think that little bit of monofilament line that is right here is not going to hurt anything if it goes in the water. If a turtle ingests it, or a dolphin ingests it, or even a whale, They had a gray whale in California when they did the knee cross. He had 450 pounds of trash, plastic bags, monofilament line, wrappers, plastic bottles in its stomach. So these are the kind of things that we, as we do educational outreach, we do quite a bit of that. Tonight, we don't have the space to bring some of the things we have. We have an absolute 55-foot model of a sei whale. We blow up, and you can get inside, and you can see the bone structure of it, and see how big an animal that size is. That weighs 55,000 pounds. Over here in the Ocean Pine area, we've had sad opportunities just about 2 months ago off of Ocean Downs, where we had a minke whale calf come in, and he got in the backwaters there. He got on a sandbar. It was approximately 2 to 2.5 weeks old. It was 11 foot long. It weighed 1,600 pounds. Somehow it got separated from its mother out there. We knew it was strictly a recovery. We do thank the Ocean Pines Fire Department and the Berlin Fire Department. They came out and they assisted us for many hours while we got it over the dock. We had to wait for our veterinarian to come from, Baltimore with the proper chemicals to euthanize the animal. Part of the good story of it, it went to the Smithsonian. When they got it down there, they were so thrilled with how we took care of it and the preservation of it that they have decided that they were going to embalm it, and they were going to, after they did an MRI and a CAT scan on it to see why, if anything else was wrong with it, they were embalming it. They will be putting it in a large, clear formula case where people will eventually be able to go and see this calf. So it does have a little bit of a good story. The monofilament line we talk about, also fishermen use wire. 2 years ago, we had a harbor seal who went to Bermuda, and it had wire wrapped around its whole neck area. The wire was cutting through, and had it not hit the beach, and it was the only third seal they've seen in over 100 years there. Had it not hit the beach, it would have died. The director there at the zoo happened to have worked at the aquarium several years ago. He called, talked to our vet, and they talked about it. If we could get the proper permits to get over and get it, we would bring it back here and rehabilitate it. FedEx graciously flew us over there gratis. We picked it up, we brought it back 6 weeks later, and when we brought him, he weighed 80 pounds. When we released him, he weighed 162 pounds. We were able to rehabilitate him, and we released him right over here at the inlet in Ocean City. When we put him in the water, we expected he would go north. We do have transponders on most of the ones we do rehabilitate. He turned and he went south. He went all the way down to Melbourne, Florida, before he decided, hey, I'm really heading the wrong direction. I need to go north. And he did. And when the transponder finally quit, he was back up around Maine. So we knew that he went back to his habitat. We have released in the last 7 years approximately 14 seals, or 14 turtles. 9 of them have been Kempsridley turtles, which is the smallest. The other 5 have been the loggerhead turtles. Most of these all come from right here in our area here on the beach all the way down to Assateague. We released 7 seals, and all of those seals have made it. So they're all the good stories, and that's what we reach out for. The bad stories are what we just talked about here, and I could expound on a lot more because I've probably seen about over 120 deaths caused by human action, and the human action is all of this stuff. I know that when we hit a turtle with a boat, that's accidental. The boat didn't see them. Most of the turtles, when they rise up to the surface, it's too late. The boat's on top of them, so they get a boat strike. But all of this and all of the lines wrapped around them, and the plastic bags and the 6-packs, and the lunch bags and the ribbons from the Mylar balloons, that's us. So we need to be really careful when we're out there. We see it, we pick it up, we bring it off the beach. We do many, many outreaches. We just finished one at Earth Day over at Salisbury Zoo. We had 809 people come and go through our inflatable whale and visit us with the rest of our artifacts, with the skulls and the shells that we have and our talk. So we educate. We hope that they carry it on. We do know that the kids are fascinated when they see all this stuff, and they appreciate it. And they will tell you, hey, Grandpa, Mom, Dad, pick that up, let's get it off the beach. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
That's going to be my question, because, I just, in my own yard, I see trash.
That's correct.
I challenge the kids, so I was just wondering if you bring this program to schools.
We do. If the school asks, we will take our stuff to the school, and we will do it. Dave Kilter, who works for Department of Public Works, he takes it around to several of the local schools here, and he's really good about showing it. And when you talk about trash, what I didn't mention was, even the trash in your yard and stuff flows out into this water here, makes its way out there, and that's part of what they get hold of.
I don't understand why there's so many slumps.
Wish we could answer that question. It happens to be the generations that are coming up, and that's why we're trying to educate them to remember to take it off the beach. Take it off your boat, put it in where it belongs.
Don't throw it in the woods. I mean, my own yard is a private property. I can't believe it.
Well, if you ride down the highway, you see it. People don't care, and they flip their cigarettes out the window, they take the trash or the wrapper, and they throw it out. I don't know what we do, but we do know that we try to educate as best we can to at least minimize it. There's 3 R's. We use, all of us here, we're brought up reading, writing, arithmetic. Well, the new 3 R's are reduce it if you can, reuse it if you can, and if you can't, please recycle it. That's where it belongs.
During the war, World War II, out in the Pacific ship, and the normal thing to do is you rubbish the garbage, throw it over the side. That's what we always did, and that's what we always do. The food was eaten by mammals, fish, but cans went over the side, all kinds of stuff. Most of it would probably sink to the bottom.
Some of it would sink to the bottom. A lot of it doesn't. And you have to remember, when you think about the bottom, we've got a lot of sharks and other scavengers of the sea that also are bottom feeders. They're going to eat it, and it's the same thing that's happening to them. Now, we only respond to marine mammal and sea turtles, but you have your aviary, you've got your birds, they get into these lines. Just about everything you can think of. Dogs, they'll pick up something, they'll chew on it. A cat, our wild animals out there, our foxes, our coyotes, everything. So we're talking about all of our animals that are out there.
Talking about two those days, they are my rules. I don't usually talk, but on this board, there's plastic bags. These are everywhere. Probably in your yard, people throw them out. People put them in the trash and they get loose. Anything that's loose, then put them in the waterway. Anything that's loose outside of the roads goes right down the sewers, goes right to the waterway. Everything goes to the waterways, creeks, rivers, bays, and to the ocean. This is the most deadly thing, this is the most common. Sea turtles think that these are jellyfish because when they float, they also think these are jellyfish. They look just like a jellyfish, which is the primary food of the leatherback turtle, the huge turtle, they're enormous. Leatherbacks eat just jellyfish. Loggerheads eat crabs and jellyfish. Green turtles eat grasses and jellyfish. Tuna eat jellyfish. So it's not uncommon to find fish dead when that died in the Mylar balloons. I personally would like to see Mylar balloons banned from every place in the world, but you can't do that. Everybody loves to party. Everybody here, don't just cut out the 6 strings. Everybody's kind of used to doing that now. You have a Mylar balloon, you have to have them, because they're going to get transparent if they get loose. Cut them up in confetti before you put them in the trash. Right now, balloons are not so deadly because they become off a lot, but they're still bad. Birds can climb them off, especially if they have limits on them. So if you have to have balloons, please be as conscientious about discarding them as we are about those 6-pack rings. The damage done by those 2 things is heartbreaking. When we get called if there's a stranded animal, I noticed that green apple rescue. Whoa! I thought this would be pretty cool. First time I went was a big, huge dead turtle. I thought, oh, this isn't so good. Well, there's 27 tons of it. Everything, I thought they were barely detailed. And when you saw how they died, it breaks your heart. The first turtle was a leatherback. It was 8 feet long. So we're talking tons here. And turtles have the greatest the buff pots and the bushcraft pots. What happens, they get down, they have to leave. When they back up, they just kind of tangle up and they'll leave. Well, they're really bad, so they just throw around, and we get them, and hundreds of pounds of stuff walking on the ground. So that's like hard work. You can dig down in there instead, and just go back to the left. Turtles have their esophagus lines all cleaned down. When they swallow something, when they grab their jellyfish, their mouth is open, they wherever they see from it is go. The whole thing wraps around and goes down through. They can't get it out. Well, that's good. But it's one of these bags. They die of starvation. So do the dolphins, so do the whales. It's hard for me when I see a huge animal. This looks like cake candy. It's hard for me to see a huge animal that came from the Arctic. It was very rare in this area. I'm thinking iceberg, blue water, extreme situation. And dead on our beach from spray candy. So, we've been with this a long time. We have more sad days than we have happy days. When we use an animal, it's enough joy to take away them. Anyway, you can all do something about these two things. That's easy.
I thought you didn't speak.
Well, something that came to take.
That's good. No, the passion took over. That's wonderful. All right, so we can pop this back up, maybe.
I put some cutout pictures to pass around. We don't need them back. But if everybody wants to see those, that pictures there. Okay.
Did you take your information back, John? Okay, thank you all for that. Two good presentations. One more round of applause for those folks for coming in. John Southworth has arrived, so John just waiting for me right now. John's our waste management rep. We were just sitting there talking about, listening to this, and what a perfect segment into some changes we made here in Ocean Pines with our trash removal, and more importantly, what we're going to talk about tonight, our recycle program. So, we formed a partnership between Ocean Pines Waste Management and yes, SC Johnson Company for this new program. Now they're putting together, still going through all the final details. So we put a presentation together just to give you kind of bullet points, and this is basically derived. So don't expect perfection tonight, but it's derived from the last conference call we had 2 days ago. They're putting a full presentation. We're going to roll it out in a more formal way to the entire community. But we felt since we had you here, this was a good way to kick it off and at least start talking about it, get the word out. By the number of people, I think it's going to be very, very good for us. The partnership between us and Waste Management began. Every 3 years we go, we look at updating our service plans. In this particular case, it was for our trash pickup. One of the things that attracted me the most when Waste Management's bid came in was their opportunity to do curbside recycling. And that's a program that I firmly believe in, and many of the residents had asked time and time again, could we get that availability here? As you know, we've had recycling in our community, but the county pickup station's over near the South Firehouse, okay, right next to Public Works. A lot of people were taking advantage of that. Curbside, we felt there would be more advantageous. We'd encourage more people in the Pines to go ahead and start to do collection differently where they separate the recyclables. In doing so, Waste Management is participating with SC Johnson, who's help-sponsoring a recycle bank program. Okay, it's a program, information's been out, but not everyone's gotten it yet, about the program. And what it does is for the poundage of recycling that we send to through the recycling program, points build up, and they build up in a recycle bank program. And those points give you rewards, i.e. coupon rewards that you can use at local and national establishments. Okay, that's kind of it in a nutshell. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, and again, We just put this together tonight to give you kind of an overview, but you can go to the recyclebank.com, you get a lot of details on it. Okay, it's a really, really aggressive program. We're very, very excited about it. One of the interesting parts, before I go off this slide, this is our first month with recycling. Okay? And what's real interesting is that he didn't have to travel all the way here tonight. Well, I'm glad he did. Can anyone guess how many pounds or how many tons of recycling we did this month in Ocean Pines, our first month with the program?
The amount was equal to the amount of trash.
How many pounds or how many tons? Anybody take a guess? 20. We had 37 tons of recyclables that left our community this month. First month in it, and we don't have everyone on the cycle program yet. 37. Huge number. Okay, if you think about it, how much, Chuck, how much that hooked up way to kill the whale? 1/8 of an ounce. Okay, so what 37 tons. Is that right, John? Did I miss that?
They have 73,540 pounds.
74,000 pounds of recycled materials, folks, in 1 month. It's not our busy month, and not everyone signed up for the program yet. Okay, but I shared that. That was a great number, especially following up what Chuck and them, just shared with us. Okay, SC Johnson is sponsoring this challenge that we're going to talk about a little bit. Not only am I excited to thank we offer curbside recycling, and it's single stream curbside recycling. We're going to show you a short 7.5, 8-minute video that when I'm finished talking, it shows you where our recycling material when it leaves our community, where it goes. It's pretty impressive, a short clip. We've been trying to run it on 78, but not everyone's seen it. So we'll play it here tonight for you. It's worth seeing. It's a real neat process. But basically, SC Johnson has enabled Recycle Bank to provide this awards program. Part of the rewards program, and working with our new partners with Waste Management selected us, Ocean Pines, to represent Maryland in an upcoming challenge. We're the only community of our size in our state. There's 50 communities across the country that will be participating in this recycling challenge. Okay, so it's very, very exciting for us. And the numbers of over 37 tons our first month, John walked up and he says, we've got a chance of winning this. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. How the Recycle Bank program works, just as a quick overview. Basically, you take all your materials, you throw it in a container, okay? Everything. You don't have to separate, it's no work. Okay, you drop anything that's recyclable in one top, and the materials that went out told us what types of things, which is pretty much everything, can go into that bucket. Waste Management picks it up, they take it, they weigh it, and then the Recycle Bank program actually divides up that weight, and those that have signed up on the website for the program get credits on their individual accounts for the weight. What happens, they take the weight from the entire community, and then they divide that number up amongst everyone participating, and we all get credit for it. Pretty phenomenal program. Nothing too tough tonight for you.
Okay.
What you got to?
You had said about the recycling program. When you signed up for your trash pickup originally, were you automatically signed in for recycling, or is that a separate process?
Yes, you were all. When we signed up with Waste Management, part of the deal with them was they were providing us, and I know I got some flack on it, but at 37 tons, I'll keep taking the flack, okay? They provided a free recycling container and every other week pickup as part of their contract with us, free of charge. Now, to participate in the Recycle Bank program to get the rewards, you as an individual have to go online or call their 800 number and sign up for the program so your account gets credit. It's like opening, and please, it's not real money as in we're putting money in your account, but it's like opening a bank account online, okay, without your social security or any of those issues. But basically, you get online, you sign up, they start to credit that account. From there, you can download coupons and purchasing power options where you can go to Home Depot, Lowe's. They're also, we found out, what was it, Tuesday, right? Tuesday was our conference call. We did a 2-hour conference call, and they also allow us to open up for local businesses to participate in the program. So what we're going to do is once everything's signed off on, we'll start talking to, obviously the yacht club will participate because we want you to get your coupon and come here, but we'll talk to the local vendors as well so they can participate. Okay, so it's not just national, they'll allow local businesses to participate in the program. So that's been certainly beneficial for all of us.
Excuse me.
Yes,
So just because you have a recycling container does not mean you signed up for this program.
you need to individually sign up for the recycle bank
So it is
program.
separate. Yeah.
All it does is create the account that your points are starting to earn in. Right now, they have no way of doing it unless you sign up for it.
Okay. Now your next question.
Okay? What? Doesn't start till, no, the recycle bank is, this
Well,
month,
we haven't kicked it off yet.
but it's, this month it's starting, right?
Once we load all the addresses in, and then we'll start the marketing campaign, people know that it's available.
There you go. You hear that? So he said, and I told you, I'm giving you guys some preliminary because you're all here, it was captive audience. I can get some questions so I know what to do next time when we roll it out to bid. But John just said what they found is that those that have signed up with Waste Management, they're capturing the information. And what they're doing is they're loading that to the Recycle Bank program, which is where the rewards points start to build up. So next,
You want me to explain it?
if you can explain better,
I
absolutely.
mean, just about how the setup works.
For the Recycle Bank?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody.
Yep.
The way it works is it's called the community weight-based program that Bob said. And so what happens is everybody who signs up for service, which means you're automatically trash and recycling, your address will be then taken and we'll put the address, and it's just your address, is going to a database. So then when you go online or you call Recycle Bank with the number that we'll give you, then you'll put your address in, boop, there it is, and you select it, and you'll be registered for the program. So now you've activated your Recycle Bank account with Waste Management. There's no additional cost to you to do it, but you do have to take the step of actually activating your account. Once your account is active, then everything else happens behind the scenes. So as we go through every other week and we collect the garbage, as Bob said, all the weight, the tonnage of that weight is captured in our systems, and then it's divided by the number of customers on so at 3,600 right now, and so the amount of tons is divided by 3,600 people, and everybody gets so many pounds per house, and then you get 2.5 points, recycle bank points per pound of recycled material, right? And that once you're signed up, those points will just accrue in that system automatically, and then you can go on and print off your coupons at that time.
I have a question. The truck came 2 weeks ago tomorrow. My recycling bin was full. I was amazed that I accumulated that much. You are requesting people rinse out real well, cans, bottles, all the plastic containers, rinse them out real well?
Correct.
The other question, tomorrow is my pickup day. My bin is only like a third full. Should I wait till the next 2 weeks?
No, put it out. It's your pickup day. Whatever you have, put out there, and we'll take it away.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is this program a limited incentive program, something that change future years perhaps?
Limited one way.
Yes is the answer for the contract.
Well, our contract with Ocean Pines is for 3 years.
Right.
So if in 3 years you go to another vendor, then obviously the program will end. But hopefully in 3 years you'll be happy with us and you can continue that. I think it was. What'll happen over the next couple of weeks is what Recycle Bank does, it will work with the community and we'll be kicking off an informational campaign or marketing campaign about the program. So in the next newsletter that will come out, we'll put it on the website. The email blast will come out. We'll probably have flyers in some of the locations, basically announcing that the Recycle Bank is starting, and here's the website or phone number that you would use. And then once, hopefully everybody, and then this group especially, I assume, will, start spreading the word because we want people to sign up.
Do I understand it right that you're not going to get an email?
Yes,
Now, what I worry about is I have a real new computer opening up emails I thought were legitimate. So how do we know it's legitimate? When we get
Well, if
emails?
you sign up for the Ocean Pines, you go on and sign up and be part of our program, you'll recognize Teresa's department sends out all the time emails with e-alerts. You can begin to recognize it's coming.
If I see the name Teresa, that's okay.
No, it's Ocean. Well, yes, that is okay. But yes.
No Star Recycling Florida, one of the things they do in our bins is put a big sticker on the back of the pickup line. Because you have people moving in and out of some of these homes that are having, it might be something to think about. So I fancy it just says Friday's recycling day.
To put on your bin.
Put it on the bin.
We're looking at just something that came up about that, and please don't start hitting me with it. The large bins that they deliver, okay? And some folks elected to go with the small, you wanted to do their own smaller bins, which they're fine with. With Public Works, our sign group is actually putting a sign together, the way, the recycle sign, that you'll be able to go to Public Works, and we'll make them available at the admin building as well, $2, whatever the number's going to be, the cost to do it. We could look at putting the dates on them, but it's really the challenge is going to be if you come in and you don't know what your date is, we're not going to be able to tell you what your date is. So if you know what your pickup date is, you would have to pick up the right one. If not, you're going to be calling me wondering why it didn't get picked up. I'd rather you call John.
Well, it just, you know, in our community, it's always Friday. So, I understand.
We could look at, we're looking at going to print for those of you that want to use your own container.
I'm thinking particularly this summer, if.
It's a good, Teresa Road now, it's a good idea. We'll look at it.
We've also been able to reduce our trash from 2 to 1.
Yes. The average consumer that uses the Recycle Bank program, separate from the SC Johnson Challenge, the average consumer earns approximately $167 worth of reward points annually. Okay? Think about 167. Think about what we pay for trash. Apply that again. You know, if you were to use the coupons, our trash service ends up being negligible. And we're doing the right thing. So, we had another question? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Bob. John knows the answer. Shredded paper. I threw my paper through the shredder, and I got it back this big. I'm a little reluctant to throw that into the recycle bin. I don't know how that works.
As far as making, you concerned about making a mess, I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, making a mess even at the recycler. I don't know how they're recycling all that paper. I mean, they want all these little pieces.
They'll say,
Paper's paper.
They throw it in a plastic bag.
Well, I would probably put it in a paper bag. You know,
Well, that was the other question. Should we be putting anything in paper bags into the recycle?
well, as long as it's not sealed, you know, you can put something. Because what happens when you see the video, you'll see how it shakes everything open. It's a kind of goes through a pretty violent process of shaking things. But if you have it in a tied off plastic bag, then that'll have to be pulled out. That causes a problem. As long as it's open, if you want to take those things and put them in a paper bag and place that in the bin, you should be okay.
Okay, recycle, all that shredded stuff. One of those were going to cost more.
Oh, in a windy day, it would make a mess.
It's not going to work in it. That's not going to work in plastic bag. I mean, in paper bag.
Well, I'm trying to think what you could do. Roll it up. As long as when it gets into the truck, it gets to the facility, that it's going to be able to pop open and still, it'll go in its way.
Okay, this other lady brought up a good point that we've noticed that our recycle is 90%, the other 10% is something that we can almost compost. Maybe, I know the contract's in place, but maybe we should be looking seriously in the next 3 years, both parties to this, to see if we could go to 1 day recycling, 1 day trash pickup.
we've already had that conversation. And we are prepared to do it. The challenge is the community's not ready to accept it. As a matter of fact, I had an email today, someone very upset, really strong language, upset how could we ever imagine not having 2 trash pickups? To your point, those who are participating are finding recycling ends up being the larger, and that's what, when John came in and we first started talking about it, they said, when you start doing it, your recycle will far outweigh your trash, and they'll reconsider the contract at that time to go 1 and 1. 1 day a week will be trash, 1 day will be recycling. And they're willing to do it with us. We just have to say we're willing to do it, and then when we do, I need volunteers staying at my office door to protect us. Trust me, this whole trash thing's been ugly.
It's smelly in the summer.
Well, that's it. Yes, sir. And I'll move that way. I saw your hand.
On that point, was my understanding, the reason why Ocean Pines twice a week pickup is because the cycle for flies. Flies they lay their eggs and stuff that goes in the trash, and they hatch in 7 days. You have once a week pickup, they'll hatch.
Everybody hear that? The reason, originally when we went to Ocean, we can look into it. We renewed our contract knowing, just so you know, this was a decision, knowing we were going to make a change to waste management, knowing that they were going to partner with us with recycling. They agreed to keep the 2 day a week pickup. Knowing we were hoping to go 1 and 1, it had been no chance. The trouble we've had just doing this with some of the community really fighting against it. We like our last area with this, with that, and the other. Change is difficult, so we're trying to slide into it. I will tell you, so first month, when you're taking that much waste out of here and recyclable, we've done a great job with very, very limited information out there. Sir, you had your hand up for quite a while.
Okay. I didn't participate in the trash pickup. Is this recycling program available to the residents who have not taken up the trash service?
It came as the way we put the contract together was that it was a kind of all or nothing. So if you signed up with Waste Management, it came with twice a week trash pickup and recycling and recycle bank and the SC Johnson 50 Cent Challenge. So it was kind of to get the price that we negotiated for the community was kind of an all or nothing situation.
Yes, sir.
Give us some idea of how to separate the different types of recycle, which we separate ourselves when we go down near the dump.
We're going to show you a video of just how it happens.
Okay, I'm going to take 2 more, and then I'll finish my presentation, and then we'll take questions at the end as well. Yes, ma'am.
I have a lovely concrete driveway, and I love my green and yellow recycling bin. It's easy to push out the street, but I have a lot of lady friends my age that have stones in their driveway, and it's a bitch to get that car out.
Don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel.
And they complain to me, we don't know how we're going to get it out there because it doesn't roll well on the gravel.
But here,
Just wanted to make you aware of that.
now, we're aware of it. Please trust me, we're aware of it. And you know, you have yours. You don't have any problem with
Well,
that.
it's fine.
I will tell you, the containers, and part of the reason with the 96 gallon, the wheels are large. Okay? When you tilt it, and yours is half full this pickup, it's not a heavy item to pull because when it tilts on that angle, it relieves all the weight. Now, if it's full, please understand, if it's over, it may be heavier. But for those, especially those who are more mature that aren't using as much, versus myself with all my kids, we're filling. But it really is much lighter than, it's deceiving by the size. The actual way they've designed this container is much easier, because when I saw it, oh, I'm going to get beat up. But when you actually tilt it, it's really not that, the way they built them is phenomenal, it takes the weight off.
I know that going over gravel.
I know. All right, one more question, and then we're going to go finish the presentation video, and then we'll take the rest. Yes, sir.
Have you considered adding composting?
Not yet. One step at a time.
Is that on the list?
One step at a time. Don't quote me, Nancy. Composting is coming. I don't need that right
I
now.
compost in my yard. We're going to put it in concrete.
There you go. Thank you, George. Okay, I'm going to finish through this. I'll tell you a little bit about the program. We'll play the video, and then we'll answer any other questions that anybody has. Fair enough? Okay, the challenge, the program, we're very, very excited. Not only have we embraced recycling, not only have we partnered with Waste Management, which everyone knows, every time you make a change, it's a little bumpy coming out of the gate. But since then, things are smoothing out. Trash, the cans they delivered as promised. Things are starting to work. Things are starting to settle down. Now it's time to move on to the next part of the program that we were very, very excited about. And that's the S.C. Johnson Green Choices Challenge. Big word when we started, what do we call it? 50 State Challenge. That was the first name, and apparently they've been through several names. This is the latest. It may change one more time before the program's offered. The program's going to start in July. Basically, S.C. Johnson, okay, has teamed up with the Recycle Bank and Waste Management to offer the program to us. Waste Management selected Ocean Pines as the Maryland community. We are participating in the program, as I said before, against every other state, so there's 50 of us. Those who have the highest amount of recycling during this 6-month period, July 1st through December 31st, okay, have the opportunity to win $100,000 for their community. Okay, so we're already participating in the recycling program. This is just an added bonus. And if the numbers that we're seeing already, we're very, very encouraged to say, we've got a real shot at this. All the communities, just so you know, that are in the program are comparable in size. So it's not us against someone the size of a Baltimore or DC. It's comparable communities of our size for this particular program. So we're very, very excited about it. The rules of the program. A representative of the community has been selected in each state, i.e. Ocean Pines, to represent Maryland. For us, it's Ocean Pines for Maryland. The program runs from July to December of this year. Residents must create the Recycle Bank or go online, sign up. Okay, and please understand, not too many questions here. We're going to send you a ton of material so you have it in writing. Promise. Okay, but basically what we talked about earlier, you're going to have to go online and sign up for your account. Then you're going to have to, once a month, go on and check yes or no whether you recycled that month. That's it. That's all it takes to participate as an individual in the program. A one-time sign up with Recycle Bank, and once a month you go online and you check. Now, some folks aren't me, don't use computers, or they've blown a couple up. Okay? They have an 800 number with a customer care line that you can call, and you'll have to tell them who you are, and they'll pull you up, and you can say, yes, I participated this month. But it's a follow-up to make sure they can do a head count based on how many we have signed up and how many are actually participating. Okay? It's really a simple process. Gives us the opportunity to win $100,000 for our community. And think about it. It puts us on the map on a national scale in a very positive way. Winning community's participation is based on the self-report, sign up and self-reporting. Members can earn 10 points every time they go on and they click that they're participating. So in addition to the points you get for the community recycling, when you go on and check yes, I've participated, you get an extra 10 points in your individual recycle bank. So you have incentive to go on and do it. We're going to come out and recommend you do it every other week. When you drag your can out, go out and check it and say yes, I've recycled. That's what we're going to tell you to do, just as a reminder. Members reporting more than once earn more points. So you're able to report several times a month and earn the points saying you're participating. Pretty simple program. The prize, $100,000 for the community. It's a grant from S.C. Johnson. Pretty powerful. It looks very, very good for Ocean Pines, and I really think this is the type of thing our community is all about. We just haven't taken advantage of it before. Now's our chance. This will be limited. This will not strictly be limited to the Green Initiative. You can use your $100,000 on multiple programs for your community, and you can break the $100,000 down into components. You don't have to pull it out all at once. So they've really made it attractive to the winner to really participate and then do some great things for your community. Each community will set a plan on how they will want to use what happens when we win this. And I intend to win. Okay, so everybody here, you're the starter group. Okay, all I gotta go tell 5 friends. We're going to do multi-level marketing when we leave. Everybody tells 5 friends, they tell 5 friends. End of the month, everyone's notified. Okay? But from there, will participate. We win the program. We submit what our plans are, how we're going to use it. They don't just send a check to our Carmine and say, here's your money. Our drug controller, for those that don't know. We submit an application, here's how we're going to use money, and then they send us the money, either all the ones or in components based on the program. Okay? 100,000 doesn't have to be used all at once. I already told you that. Okay. Any questions? And please understand, we're at the very beginning stages. You will get this in writing at multiple times. Via email, we'll send out on the email system. You're going to get mailing. You'll get something in the mail that explains everything. We'll have it on the marquees and we'll put it on the website. There's going to be all kinds of ways that you'll know to participate in this. Okay? Yes, sir.
Also, our first recording, is this able to be live?
Yes, but you may end up doing it towards the end, July, towards the end of June. We're working on the final details of how the program works. The challenge is we're working with 3 major companies, Recycle Bank, SC Johnson, and Waste Management. So it's right now, when we were talking to Recycle Bank 2 days ago, and they were hitting the outline for us, they were saying, here are what we think you're going to do. So yes, the guess is June is when they'll sign up.
You can't start signing up.
In June.
You can start earning.
Yeah, we start signing.
Once we launch the Recycle Bank program, Recycle Bank and the 50-state challenge or the Green Choice Challenge are kind of separate entities, but they feed off each other. Once we kick off and you sign up for Recycle Bank, you'll start earning points in your account. So that's a good thing. And as you report your recycling, you'll get extra points for that. One thing I wanted to add is that as part of this program, when people sign up for Recycle Bank and the SC Johnson program, you'll actually get 300 points, 300 Recycle Bank points just for signing up. So just for going out and signing your name, and activating your account, you get 300 points for that. They also have email reminders. So when it's time to report, they'll send out an email reminder reminding you to log on to your account and post that you did recycle that month. And beyond the website and the phone support, they also have apps for those that are more advanced for your Android phones, your iPhone users. You can download the apps and report from those as well.
Okay, so there's going to be a lot of ways to be reminded, a lot of ways to participate. We have the DVD. I'll run that, and then we'll start with any final questions. This is actually, and this is pretty neat, again, it's on the website. We're running on channel 78. But this is actually where our recyclables this month went.
This facility over in Elkridge, Maryland, is one of the largest single-screen facilities in the country. It's here in Maryland.
sanitary landfills, and 17 gas conversion plants. Waste management has become the leader in waste removal. Additionally, waste management is also the largest collectors and marketers of recyclable materials in the world. Its 130 material processing facilities generate more than 5.8 million tons of recyclable commodities each year. The new waste management processing facility in Elbridge, Maryland is approximately 50,000 square feet. It is designed to process more than 1,500 tons of recyclable materials per day. This includes newspaper, cardboard, aluminum, glass, and plastics. The purpose of the material processing facility is to sort and market the recyclable materials delivered to this facility. The Elbridge facility has been equipped with new state-of-the-art recycling equipment, giving waste management the ability to process what we call single-stream recycling. These are recyclable materials that have been mixed together, such as various types of paper products and household containers. The most successful recycling programs, generating the most participation by the community, is the curbside program. Curbside recycling is the easiest way to recycle. Each household is provided with a recycling container. This container is filled with paper products and rigid containers. The paper products include newspaper, cardboard, chipboard, which is cereal boxes, junk mail, magazines, and other types of paper. The rigid containers include plastic, glass, aluminum, steel, and tin cans. These recycling containers are brought out to the curb. A recycling truck is routed to every household. All materials, fiber, and containers are loaded together into the collection truck. A single-stream facility eliminates the need for sorting these materials at the curb and allows for the most efficient recycling system available today. The recyclable materials are then brought to the Elbridge processing facility. All materials delivered to the facility are carefully weighed and recorded according to where it was collected. The collection trucks then enter the recycling plant, where the recyclables are emptied onto the tipping floor. Once the recyclables are unloaded, they are ready for processing. The materials are first loaded onto the main feed conveyor. They will be directed to several sorting areas. The first pre-sort area is where non-recyclable materials are removed. This includes large objects and plastic bags. They are removed and put into the trash. Plastic bags containing recyclable materials are opened at the pre-sort area and emptied onto the conveyor. The bags are then put into the trash. The recyclable materials continue through the facility to the first series of disc screens. These disc screens are specially designed pieces of equipment. They consist of rows of rotating discs that push certain materials over the top of these discs, while other materials fall in between or through the discs and are redirected to another conveyor. The larger pieces of carton are being removed by this screen and sent directly to a storage area for future mailing. The remaining recyclables that have fallen between the disc screens are then sent to the next sort area called the combination screen. This area separates paper materials from the rigid household containers. The first section of this screen removes most of the newspaper. Newspaper includes all items normally found in your newspaper, including all the inserts and advertisements. The newspaper is then filtered onto a processing line where any materials other than newspaper are manually sorted. The sorting lines are elevated so that materials taken off the line can be stored in bunkers underneath the line. This product automatically falls into the final bunkers. When these bunkers are filled, they are fed into the baler, which compresses the material and ties it automatically. The back section of this screen makes the final separation of mixed fiber from the rigid containers. The mixed fiber consists of items like cereal boxes, junk mail, and magazines. It is also sent to a sorting line, where a final manual sort is performed. After the disc screens have sorted out the paper, the containers are directed to the container sorting line. The first step in this process is to manually remove any remaining paper products from the containers. Next, a magnet plastic containers are then sent to the plastic processing area. The plastic processing area uses a high-tech system that utilizes advanced optical sorting technology to identify the type of plastic from other recyclables. Once the bunkers are filled, the contents are released onto one of the big baler conveyors that feed the baling equipment. This baler compresses the material and uses wire to tie the material into bales. These bales are stored and then loaded onto trailers to be delivered to the end user. The end users of all baled products maintain strict quality limits. The removal of contamination is a very important part of our production. Waste management is committed to providing a wide range of quality services. We form a partnership with the people and businesses within each of our service communities to ensure the prompt, safe, and convenient disposal service needed to protect our environment. Curbside collection and the material processing facility are prime examples of the waste management commitment to quality recycling programs.
All right, there you go. Now you know how your what happens to your recycling. So, pretty impressive, is it not? All right. Now, yes, ma'am.
We're not supposed to put it in plastic bags, because I put everything under all the places.
The plastic bags, yeah.
One thing is that another bag.
The bag,
The plastic bags, no, but they end up throwing them away.
you get a plastic bag or on
The big one that I put my recyclables, like the trash.
The trash bag, that down to.
no, you should be, the items should be free, you can't. You should be tying them off in the back, is that what you're asking?
And just mix the papers with all the all the paper, just mix them all together.
But, did you notice that when they picked it up, it was all in can, went to the truck, it was compacted, then when we brought it to the facility, it was all pushed out onto the tipping floor, and then through the series of separators, when it initially went up that conveyor belt, everything was in there, and then it puts it over those rollers, and the paper goes one way, and the plastic falls this way, and the glass goes another way.
It's better not to do it.
Correct, because if you put it in something and bind it, then when it goes to those separators, you just have a bag full of stuff bouncing off the line, and somebody's going to have to grab it and pull it off.
I've been taking the newspapers down to the old, but it's better to put them in, you'd like to have them in there.
You put them in there.
You'd like to have them.
Right, just put all the material in there, and then it all gets separated in the facility.
Somebody told us that you need to take the lids off of any plastic containers. Is that true? I think screw lids, make it hard.
I don't think, I'm gonna get a firm answer on that from the recycling guys. I believe that's the
We'll
answer.
write the questions, and if we can, so we'll get back to you.
I guess you can't hurt it. Different type of plastic.
Right, it goes on one. I believe the answer is yes, because you open them, you rinse the cans out, and then put them in the recycling. So, unfortunately, those bags now have to be put in the garbage, but they're doing their part by encouraging people to recycle everything else that they can.
What about packing material?
Such styrofoam, no. The popcorn is styrofoam, but if it's if it's the paper fiberboard stuff, that can go.
That's where we need a list of what really should be.
Right now, when they deliver the can, there should have been instructions, recycling instructions in the can that listed the material that could.
Well, there was, but it wasn't absolutely clear. For instance, what do you do with the inside wrapper and the cereal box? Take it out and get that to regular trash?
Correct.
You do.
Yeah, you just take the paper is recyclable, the plastic insert is not.
The list, just in case you lost it, is on our website, but we're making note, we'll get an updated list out, we'll make it more common, these are great questions. I don't know that we were clear with the plastic bags. Again, that's why this is real early, we're 1 month in, great questions.
So how about any cardboard with a wax coating?
It's cardboard, any kind of paper can go in. So whether it's magazine, junk mail, that can all go.
Wax bags, sometimes they have the wax coating to accompany it, so you have to wax it coating. That's sort of like the bags that are inside.
Right. Well, can you write that one to the wax?
So you all have a lot of
TV
instructions, like really,
Right. Yeah, there's so much packing material out there that you can see how it could be somewhat confusing.
so you don't want to put all those sorters out of the job, it would be probably not your whole problem.
Right.
Yes,
You need to cut the boxes up so they're flat.
You're supposed to, if you have a cardboard box, you're supposed to break it down,
Break it down.
and so it gives you more room.
Yeah.
How do you, where does the magazine go different from the newspaper? You said you separated them. You never said where the magazine comes from.
They'll go to a different. He said when they separated it, it went to a separate bin, and those are then they go through a different baler, and they're sold to a different market. So there's different grades of paper. So that paper will go one way, the newspaper will go the other way. Cardboard goes another way.
All these bags that are given out by Walmart, grocery store, everywhere you go, they have the plastic bags. When you take them home, put them elsewhere. They don't go.
They currently do. But if you notice in a lot of stores now, you can bring them back to the stores and they'll have a recycling area because the bag itself can be recycled in certain types of facilities. A single stream facility like that does not do it. It doesn't separate those. But certainly we do want to encourage, especially after the talk today from the folks about what happens to the marine life with the bags.
Are the bags that newspapers come in compatible with the bags that you get at the grocery store? Can you put both of those together?
Take them
back to the store?
I think that's a question for the store. I would think so. You think it'd be the same stuff.
We'll try to get some clarity of what to do with your plastic bags of any type. We'll do a little research so we get that out. So we answer this, we're definitive, we'll food line take them, whomever. We'll try to get that resolved as part of our efforts.
Yeah, dump it there, but does it go, does it help if you got these two things mixed together?
We'll try to get some, again, that's why we're doing this, we'll get some of these questions. Hopefully next time we can go, oh yeah, they were asked in the first group, here's what the answer is.
On the program, it's set the program strictly on participation, or that's going to be on how many plus participation.
You have to participate, go online and sign up for the count towards the program.
As far as the competition with somebody else, we have 50 people that participate, and the other town only has 40, but they recycle 2,000 more pounds.
The way they describe it on our phone call is that it will be based on participation. So that way it doesn't matter the size of your community. So the idea here is to, once this thing launches, is to really get people excited about it and make sure everybody understands that they need to go out and not only sign up for the program to activate their account, but then make sure on a monthly basis that they are reporting that they did recycle. And that's whether they go online, or they call the phone number, the automated thing, or they get the app on their Android or iPhone, but they're making those reports because it's the reporting that actually counts. So every month, for those
want to encourage recycling. That's the whole thing.
No, the point is that there is a minimum threshold, and it's communities that are between, I think it was 2,000 to 10,000 homes. So those are the size of communities that can participate in the program. And so, you know, you're going to have at least 2,000 people participate.
Yes, sir.
One more trash question. Do you use paper towels go into recycle, or do you use tissue go into recycle? Neither one.
Okay, we'll go back there. Ladies first, and come back to you.
What are you going to do with the collection facility that's by
The county collection facility
oh, is that okay?
will remain in place.
Okay.
Except the one in the fire, near the
The
fire.
one next to the fire.
I'm sorry, permanent.
Well, I can't promise permanent, it's a county, but it will remain in place, because folks that don't participate still need to have a place to. We want to encourage, at all costs, folks, we want to encourage recycling. It's the right thing to do. So whether you do it curbside, which we're encouraging, or you do it there, our message is recycle. Was that your question, sir? Okay. All right, what I'm going to do, we will have, I promise you, we're going to have a lot of literature and information coming out on this. Okay, it's very important to us. It's an initiative that we've embraced. We think it's the right thing. We know it's the right thing to do. What we need to do is have folks like you out there helping us get the word out. I will tell you, I will want to get a small, it's not an advisory group. Okay, am I clear? It's not an advisory group. Okay, but we do want to get a committee together that can spearhead this challenge, because we want to do different events and activities to raise the awareness within the community. In addition to the efforts we'll be doing, on the website and the mailings and those type of things, if we can come up with some community involvement, so we can have some activities, events, anything you can think of. I'd like to get a small committee, 10 or 12 people, to help us do that, because it's going to take a lot of effort from a lot of us to pull this off, and more importantly, to win the challenge. Okay? Chip?
Are the results across the country of 50 communities, will they be shown on the website as well, so you can see kind of where we stand against recognition?
Too many details, sorry, can't hear you. To answer your question more directly, we're working, there's some of the details we don't have yet. We're still on that conference call, iron out the final pieces. Yes, ma'am?
What relationship does the current recycling bins by the public works have to do with waste management? Will that be included?
They do not have any relationship. They are county bins next to it. Now, encourage your neighbors to do please understand, curbside recycling is a big deal. Think about gas prices at $4 a gallon, loading the back of your car, spilling the material, whatever, and then taking it up. If you take a free container and put it at the end of your driveway, why would you not do that?
Right.
I mean, it just really makes sense.
I think you're right, Bob, but I think there are people like this gentleman here who takes care of his trash in another way.
Yes.
Maybe at some point you may want to look at this subset to say, you know what, we may develop an individual program just for recycling.
Okay, no, that's great input. The other thing we have to be somewhat careful with, because they're county recycling containers, we need to keep a good relationship with the county. So again, I'm always conscious of what efforts we do and the impact they have on a larger scale. So trust me, when I heard curbside recycling, the phone and email start off, oh, county, this and that, we want to encourage you, we just have to do it in a reasonable way. But yes, we will absolutely see if there's a way that maybe we do one single spot somewhere for us. I don't know. I mean, these are ideas we need to come up with. Someone on that committee could probably help me come up with that. Yes, sir.
As an addendum, there's a lot of people with an idea all year round.
And if you have a neighbor who's not here, you find newspapers in their driveway, and you have a recycling bin in your driveway, take their newspapers, dump them out of the plastic, and get rid of them that way. Not let them sit in somebody's driveway, something who's here for 3 or 4 months.
Please make sure your neighbor's not there. Tell Don't be heading down the street, just grab it or pick up the Sunday paper. All right, thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you found it informative. Please give us There's some literature up here on the left side that John bought.